Did you know that if Keanu Reeves comes back for John Wick Chapter 5, it could bring back every other fan-favorite character as well? Imagine the chaos and excitement.
No way. That's incredible, and honestly, it makes perfect sense. I can't imagine a new chapter without seeing Sofia and her killer dogs again, right?
Exactly. Halle Berry's character Sofia was such a standout in Chapter 3. Those dogs were as fierce as she was. They added this whole new level of intensity to the fights.
Absolutely. And speaking of fierce fighters, what about Akira? The scene in Paris where she's about to avenge her father Koji, I was on the edge of my seat.
Right. That post-credits scene with Kane was just a perfect tease. Do you think they'll resolve her storyline in the Kane spin-off, or will she pop up in Chapter 5 first?
Good question. Ideally, both. But seriously, it's those dangling plot threads that keep the series so compelling. Like Uncle Charlie, remember him?
Oh yeah, David Patrick Kelly's character, the crime scene cleaner. The John Wick universe feels so real with these quirky side characters. It's like Mike Ehrmantraut's gig in Breaking Bad, but even more intense.
Totally. And speaking of intensity, Mr. Nobody was such a fresh addition in Chapter 4. He had this moral complexity, you know? Passed up chances to kill John just to up the bounty. Now that's strategy.
Absolutely. And the way he spared John after that dog-saving incident brings everything full circle. That moment reflected so much about loyalty and honor in their world.
You know who else I'd love to see back? Ares. Remember Ruby Rose's character from Chapter 2? Her fight scene in the Hall of Mirrors? Epic.
That was memorable. Her ambiguous fate left the door wide open for a return. I loved her unique presence and that silent communication.
Speaking of unique, Officer Jimmy brought a lighter touch to the series. His casual acceptance of John's extracurricular activities adds a fun layer to the films.
Definitely. Their friendship is fascinating. They understand each other in a way that's both chilling and endearing.
And we can't forget the Bowery King. Lawrence Fishburne's character became such a pivotal ally for John. Their mutual hatred for the high table keeps the stakes sky high.
Yes. The dynamic between John and the Bowery King was electric. And let's not overlook Kane, played by Donnie Yen in Chapter 4. His storyline added real depth, right down to that climactic duel.
Kane was phenomenal. His forced choice between friendship and his daughter's safety gave such a human edge to all that action.
Speaking of friends, where was Aurelio in Chapter 4? John Leguizamo brought so much to the first two films with his character's loyalty and skills.
Yes, Aurelio's absence at John's graveside felt really odd. He was essential in keeping John's cars, and by extension, his world, running.
And last but certainly not least, Winston. Ian McShane's character is the anchor of the series. His connection with John is irreplaceable.
Their chemistry is unmatched. Winston, being both a father figure and a professional ally, adds layers to the story. The series wouldn't be the same without him.
No doubt about it. If Keanu Reeves returns, these characters better come back too. It's their interplay that makes the John Wick universe so rich and compelling.
Agreed. And to our amazing listeners, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the John Wick universe. If you enjoyed the conversation, don't forget to follow or subscribe for more episodes.
Thanks, everyone. Stay tuned for more intriguing discussions. And as always, we appreciate your support. See you next time, everyone.
Bye.